I woke up this morning with one serious thought that crossed my mind. That thought was the fact that man seems to be on the endangered species list. The other thing that I know to be sure is that we're in a crisis. What I can tell you is that this crisis that we're enduring is not a permanent one. It's a human condition. And so the crisis that's before us, this one from a lack of understanding or a lack of identity, this overpowering one that leads us to a lack of positioning, is just a season. So there's your problem. We as men no longer know who and what we are. We don't know, do I or why do I even exist? All this causes us to fail and leads us to not understand our proper positioning. So what I'll tell you is, I'll tell you this, and that is the fact that the key to understanding any of this is to stand and outlive the position or the season that you're in. For example, it's winter, it's cold outside, but in a little while, the season is going to change and it's going to warm up. The season will change and winter will change and you're going to warm up again. And so will the seasons in your life. But all you had to do was stand and outlive that current season. See, if you stand and outlive that season of whatever is going on in the current moment of your life, you will realize that there is purpose through that pain, that the season will change. See, when I woke up this morning, I had two specific things that I wanted to talk to you about today. One being fear and the other being that global pandemic that we seem to be facing. And so what I do know is that we're facing a crisis because of fear. But you must understand that fear causes an unnecessary pain. That the pain that you're enduring is temporary, but you must stand. See, the one thing that I do know without a shadow of a doubt is the fact that the seasons will change, that our current crisis will change. The question, though, is that will it be for better or for worse? Well, that's your choice. Just like we have a choice on whether or not we put on a coat in the middle of the winter, whether we decide on whether or not we want to be cold or hot. Well, we as men need to stand up and take our God-given identity and the authority that comes with it. God created men to be the cornerstone of the home, the corners of the foundation that hold and support the weight. Yet we have too many men that are running scared. Why, you ask? I don't know. Well, the reasons I could address, but it's too astronomical. And so in many cases, I can't blame women for their response. Women, I can tell you this, and it's a simple fact that you were never meant to carry all the weight. By no means are you too weak or you're not strong enough. God designed you to be strong. But what I'm saying is that you were meant to carry the weight that was set for your identity. See, your gifts and talents should be able to prosper without the weight and negative backlash that is caused through the bitterness that resides in our society today. It comes down to a point that I begin to get frustrated when I hear people saying things in regular conversations like, I don't need a man, or what is a man even here for? Times have changed, so I'm all that's needed right now. This is the card that God dealt me, so I'm going to play it. Women, you've been thrust into a position in which you were forced to stand up and fill an empty void. So yeah, I think there's a crisis. Men, we need to stand up and find our God-given identity so that the flow of society can run smoothly. Right now, we have a lot of scared men. And to be honest, I don't blame them either. What we must do, though, is get back to the original blueprint. What I can tell you that is that the fact that one who knows the creation is the creator. Not knowing who and what we are, thus not positioning ourselves properly, has caused a negative shift in society's already skewed understanding. And we have a chance to change that. We have a chance to put it all back together. We have to put it back in order as God intended. We must realign the seen with the unseen world. So how do we do that? We as men just need to find and understand our true identity. Men, we're in a global pandemic. Like I said, I feel like we're on an endangered species list because we don't know who and what we are. We don't understand the true identity that we have from our Creator to us being the creation, to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Women, you have to understand that I may be referring to men or to the man, but my message is not just for them, because when man finds himself, he finds who and what he is and stands with the positioning or the proper positioning that God has given him in the first place. Since man and women have been designed to complement one another, all that can do is help the family system. It can help society. It can help humanity. And it can help the woman help the man become the best version of himself so that the family can be the best version of themselves. So my message is for everybody. So hey, do this. Hit the subscribe button, but hit the bell so that you know when my content is coming out, because I would love to help you on your journey to be the best version of yourself that you can be. God bless. This is PD, and I'm out.